There's a lot of interest in growing the space. Obviously, most people associate Africa with maybe soccer and track and field,
Right.
but there are huge opportunities. There's rugby, and obviously um, NFL is trying to come into Africa as well. I mentioned the NBA with basketball. So there are a good number of in terms of sports disciplines and the product that these disciplines can help to create. Because we talk about product, we talk about the type of thing that will be of value to anyone who's looking at the continent in terms of opportunities to invest. But across the continent, we see a lot of interest in people now, kind of translating and talking about fan engagement, e-commerce and stuff like that in the space where teams before now didn't put any value on the merchandise and memorabilia, but now it's becoming a trend of fashion in a way. And so we also see where we're looking at the development of infrastructure across the continent as well. Lots of Africa's sporting infrastructures are aged. Most of them are over 40, 50 years old. So we look at a wholesale replacement of those infrastructure, not to, create anything that's a white elephant, but definitely there's huge opportunity here. I had a conversation with the CEO for Sports Nigeria Limited, Ms. Nkechi Obi, who expressed that Nigeria needs at least 200 stadiums for it to be to measure up in terms of its value in sports and how that could help to move things forward with sports in Nigeria. By the way, Nigeria is the first country in Africa to actually craft out a sports industry policy, and we're looking at how other countries can also follow suit on that. So huge opportunities in terms of infrastructure investment, and a variety of other entities as well, including broadcasting, streaming, and those type of products that will help to enhance the sports industry in Africa. But obviously, like I said, Africa's population is very young. It boasts of the youngest population in the world now. By 2030, it's said that the entire global youth population, Africa will be 42% of the entire global youth population. Wow. Which is huge. That's almost half of the global youth population. And so when you look at that, you look at the value, what that means in terms of economic opportunities and so much more. And then, of course, the embrace of modern sporting disciplines like esports, electronic sports, and how that can, basically explode on the continent. There's huge opportunities, like I say. So those are some of the trends that we're looking at in terms of these early stages of the development of a sports industry. But obviously we need the products that are on the continent right now, like the African Cup of Nations, like the African Games, to be enhanced and developed before you can add on more contents to that and more product to that to grow the space. Obviously, there's no stopping what's happening right now. Huge developments are taking place across the continent, and so we look at how all of that will be of value in the end, and how those who are looking to come into the space will know where the value is and how they can come in and contribute to the space and help grow the sports industry on the continent.